Welcome to Elevate Your English.
Where confidence meets communication.
You know grammar. You studied it for years. You know hundreds of words. You can read an article in English and understand almost everything. But the moment someone looks at you and asks, "So, what do you think?" your brain just stops. Nothing comes out. Or the wrong words come out. Or you say something and immediately think, "That is not what I meant." Why does this happen? Why does all that knowledge disappear the second you open your mouth?
And the scary part? It happens to almost every English learner. You are not bad at English. Your brain is just not trained for speaking. Those are two very different things. And today, we're going to talk about exactly that. How to fix the gap between knowing English and actually speaking it in 30 days without going anywhere.
Welcome, everyone. I am so glad you are here today. I am John.
And I am Jessica. And today's topic? Honestly, it is one of my favorite topics because I lived this problem for a long time.
Tell us, what happened?
Okay, so I studied English for about 5 years in school. 5 years. I had good grades, my teacher loved me, and then one day, a tourist stopped me on the street and asked for directions. Simple question. "Excuse me, where is the train station?"
And?
I said, "Nothing." I just pointed, like a statue. I pointed at the road and walked away very fast.
You ran away from a tourist.
I basically did, yes. And I went home and I thought, what is wrong with me? I know the words for train station. I know left, right, straight ahead. But in that moment, my mouth just did not work.
And that feeling, that exact feeling, is what so many of our listeners have told us about. You wrote to us. You said things like, "I freeze in meetings," or "I practice at home, but I go silent with real people," or "I understand everything, but I cannot respond fast enough."
That last one is so real. The speed is the problem. In your head, you need time, but real conversations do not wait for you.
So let us talk about why this happens. Because I think when people understand the reason, they stop feeling like something is broken inside them.
Right. So the first reason is this. Most people learn English by reading and writing. Those are slow skills. You have time to think, check, correct. But speaking is fast. It is happening right now in real time. Your brain has never practiced that speed.
It is like training only in a swimming pool, and then suddenly someone puts you in the ocean. The skill is similar, but the environment is completely different.
Exactly. And the second reason is translation. Most learners, and this is very common, they think in their first language and then translate into English while speaking, and that takes time. And by the time you finish translating in your head, the conversation has already moved forward.
I did this for so long. Someone would ask me a question, and inside my head, I was having a whole conversation in Russian, and then trying to quickly convert it into English. And it was just chaos.
And the third reason, which nobody talks about enough, is fear. Not fear of the language, fear of judgment. What if I make a mistake? What if they laugh? What if I sound stupid? And that fear tightens everything. Your throat, your thoughts, your confidence.
It is like your brain and your mouth have a communication problem. Your brain knows what it wants to say, but your mouth is too scared to say it.
So, 3 problems. Wrong type of practice, thinking in translation, and fear of making mistakes. Now, what do you actually do about it?
Okay, so when I started my 30-day experiment, because that is really what it was, I gave myself 30 days to change how I practiced. The first thing I changed was this. I stopped studying English, and I started using English.
That difference is everything.
Because studying means you are looking at English from the outside. Using means you are inside it. So I started talking to myself. I know that sounds strange, But every morning, I would make tea and describe everything I was doing out loud, in English. I am filling the kettle. The water is cold. I need to wait 3 minutes.
Like a commentary of your own life.
Exactly. And at first, it felt silly. But after about a week, something shifted. My mouth started to feel more comfortable. The words started coming a little faster.
And the translation problem? The way I dealt with that was through something called chunking. Instead of learning single words, I started learning phrases. Not go and store and I separately, but I need to go to the store, as one complete unit. So when I needed it, it came out as one piece, not 5 separate pieces I had to put together.
And chunks are so much easier to remember because they have a feeling attached to them. I have no idea. You know what situation that goes in. Could you say that again? You know exactly when to use that.
The third thing, and this one changed everything for me, was something called shadowing. You take a short audio clip, maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute, a podcast, a YouTube video, anything with a real English speaker, and you listen once. Then you play it again, and you speak at the same time as the person. You copy their speed, their pauses, their rhythm.
It feels impossible at first.
It feels very impossible at first, but what it does is train your mouth to move at natural English speed, not school speed, real speed.
And about the fear, I want to say something about this, because tips and techniques help, but the fear does not go away until you face it a little. The way I did it was very small. I started leaving voice messages instead of text messages, just to people I trusted. My sister, my friend. Nobody scary.
And that is the key. You do not have to go find a native speaker and have a deep conversation on day one. You just have to speak a little more today than you did yesterday.
Okay, we have a challenge for you this week, and it is small, very small, because small things done every day are more powerful than big things done once.
Here it is. Every morning this week, when you wake up, spend 2 minutes talking out loud, in English, about anything. What you dreamed about, what you are going to eat, what you are worried about. 2 minutes. No audience, no pressure.
By the end of the week, you will be surprised. Your mouth will feel different, more ready. Try it, and tell us how it goes in the comments.
Let us do a quick recap of what we covered today.
We talked about why so many people know English but freeze when they try to speak. And it is not because they are bad at English. It is because they have practiced the wrong way.
We talked about 3 main struggles: no speaking practice, thinking in translation, and fear of making mistakes.
And we talked about 3 things that actually help. Speaking to yourself every day, learning phrases instead of single words, and using shadowing to build natural speed.
None of these require a classroom. None of these require money. You just need 30 days and a little bit of courage.
Now, our vocabulary section. 5 words from today's episode that will make your English stronger.
Word number 1, freeze. To freeze means to suddenly stop moving or stop being able to respond, often because you are nervous or surprised. Example sentence. When my manager asked me a question in English, I completely froze and could not say anything. Speaking practice question. Tell me about a time when you froze, in any situation. What happened?
Word number 2, fluency. Fluency means the ability to speak a language easily, smoothly, and naturally without stopping too much. Example sentence. She did not have perfect grammar, but her fluency was impressive. She spoke without any hesitation. Speaking practice question. In your opinion, is fluency more important than grammar? Why?
Word number 3, hesitation. Hesitation means a pause before doing or saying something, usually because you are unsure or nervous. Example sentence. He answered every question without hesitation. You could tell he had practiced a lot. Speaking practice question. Do you hesitate more in English or in your first language? Why do you think that is?
Word number 4. Chunk. A chunk, in language learning, means a group of words that are learned and used together as one unit. Example sentence. Instead of studying individual words, she learned chunks like "to be honest" and "in my opinion," which made her speaking sound more natural. Speaking practice question. Can you think of 3 English chunks you already use naturally?
Word number 5. Confidence. Confidence means believing in yourself and your abilities, feeling sure that you can do something well. Example sentence. His English was not perfect, but he spoke with so much confidence that everyone listened. Speaking practice question. What is one thing that would help you feel more confident when speaking English? Before we go, I want to say something, because I think a lot of learners are hard on themselves. They see someone speaking English smoothly and they think, I will never be like that. But that person was once exactly where you are right now.
Fluency is not a gift. It is a habit. You build it slowly, quietly, a little bit every day. And 30 days from now, if you start today, you will look back and be surprised by how far you have come.
Not perfect, but further. And further is enough.
That is all we have for today. Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
See you next time.
Take care of yourselves. Keep going.